Hello, Freedom Giant Thomas Kapato. Good evening.
Good.
I'm Freedom Giant Zorica Pavicic from Serbia, and I'm the host of this one-on-one show. And the idea behind tonight's program is to explore the topic of arts and culture. Okay. And in our organization, African Voices International, we believe that arts and culture are essential as they can be used to foster unity amongst ourselves. And this is why we are having this one-on-one dialogue on how we can promote arts and culture in a way that will bring progress in our society. I'm Freedom Giant Zorica Pavicic once again, and I'm truly honored to have this opportunity to talk to Freedom Giant Thomas Kapato, a wonderful uniting voice of Ghana and of Africa. And we will upload this dialogue for all Freedom Giants of African Voices International and all people from my organization, the Lighthouse, and for the whole global anatomy to be able to hear this and be inspired and find ways to contribute to making the global anatomy a better place. So, Thomas, could I ask you now, what can you tell me about yourself? What do you do? Who are you? Please tell us.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
The network is somewhere. Yeah, my name is Akampasi Thomas, Freedom Giant from Ghana, African Voice International. I'm into cultural music and art, and also into nursing.
Okay. So,
yes, and
sorry.
Yes, I've been into the culture and art stuff since childhood, and it's an integral part of myself. So it's something I've been into for a very long time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what aspects of music and culture? What do you do? How are you involved in it?
Yes. Culture and arts, yes, is a very broad topic, but then I decided to go down to the music and dance aspect of it. So I sing songs, I sing and I also dance the traditional dances of Ghana, the traditional dances of my community. Yes,
Okay.
so and when that happens, yes, people love to see what a lot of people are not doing because it's just I'm 1 out of 10 that is into the cultural and arts music in Africa here,
Okay.
and especially Ghana for that matter.
Okay. So
Yes.
why are you so attracted to this, to then expressing your feelings or how you feel about your country through dance and music?
Yes, from my perspective, I know arts brings different people together, and culture help to appreciate one another despite their diversity.
Yes.
So, and number one, yes, despite their differences from different perspectives, yes. And moving forward, culture and arts, it illuminates your inner life and boosts your creativity and imagination. Yes, I decided to go into music. Yes, and I write my own songs. I record, I perform them, and you know if your faculties are not developed, you wouldn't be able to come up with a song. And before a song is written, you look into society and see what part of the society needs what information at what time. For instance, when Ghana was about having the election in 2020, I had to make a peace song which actually captured about three different languages across Ghana to let people understand the need for peace, the need for us to forego different political ideologies, different traditional, different origins. I mean, a lot of differences that we have that are actually a threat to our individual peace.
Mm-hmm.
So when the song went on the TV stations and in the radios, yes, people loved it. And I think if the faculties are not developed, it wouldn't work. And if not because of acts and my love for art and culture, that wouldn't have come to bear.
Are you maybe talking about your song Unity is Strength?
Yes, yes,
Yes, it's
yes.
a wonderful song, truly wonderful. I really
Thank you
like it.
so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And moving forward, um, culture and art also gives us the platform to share experience with other people. It unifies people despite their age, despite wheresoever they come from. Yes, because of the beauty and emotional power attached to culture and art. And I must confess that if not because of culture and art and through African Voice International, I wouldn't have gotten the opportunity talking to you today on culture and art.
And that would have been a great pity for all of us and everyone listening to this, I have to say.
Yes, yes. And moving forward, culture and arts, I love it so much because it enhances physical and mental health.
I
It
agree with you
Yes,
completely.
because I'm a professional nurse. Yes, I know my patients, they need diversional therapy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not all the time that you'd have to go medicinal. You need to talk to some people. You need to make them laugh. You need to take their minds off
Mm-hmm.
their problems and let them understand there is a reason to live. And in music, we put a lot of words to console, to pamper, to make people forget their worries and then move on.
So does
So,
does it mean that you sometimes use your music um, to help your patients heal?
yes, of
Yes,
course I do.
great. Lucky them.
Yeah, most often than not, they love it more when they have me on duty because all of them, I have to make sure they feel happy, they have to laugh even when they're in pain before I leave the ward.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah, yeah, thank you so much. Yes, and culture and art also provides an opportunity to showcase your talent. Once talent is showcased. Since I started singing and doing my musical performances, I've been through a lot of places, a lot of big stages that I never dreamt of. But at times you belittle your own effort because you feel you are not that big, big, big. But with what you are carrying, people, once you display your culture, you display the act well, the rate at which people appreciate you is quite overwhelming. So in that case, I have personally enjoyed that and I love to do more and more to make sure that yes, I portray and display what my God-given talent is to promote peace, unity, development, and growth.
Great. And you do all that through music and dance.
Yes,
I
please.
I can't imagine a better combination. It sounds like a dream job.
Yeah. So and arts with through music, art and culture, we also fight stress and anxiety, which is quite related to the fact that I made mention about diversional therapy, which
Mhm.
we at times we display, we get our patients, and any other person in the community that is depressed, yes, we get the person on board. I mean, saying you get the person entertained and the person is able to calm down. Yes, and from research, um, art therapy is one of the latest method of high stress reliever
Mhm.
because it releases the signs and symptoms of anxiety so quickly and people are applauding it so much. So arts and culture is doing so much for me, for Ghana, for Mother Africa, and the world at large should need to hear this.
Yes, I totally agree with you. I myself, I'm a yoga instructor also, and I used to dance. Now I don't at the moment, not so much, but I have actually personally experienced what you're talking about, that dance is really, maybe for me, the best form of therapy because it does relax you. And we know that anxiety is one of the biggest let's say problems nowadays, so it's definitely dance is definitely priceless. Okay.
Yeah,
uh,
true.
to go back to so since you are very experienced in this, you're already doing a lot to promote art and culture in your country and in your continent. Do you have any advice? Can you advise other freedom giants? What is it that we can all do to make art and culture ministry in Africa more impactful?
Okay, okay. Thank you so much for your question. Yes, we all know and we all agree that culture has become an integral part of society since ancient of days. But as time goes on, because of advanced technology and other things coming up, we are being pushed down or forced to decline. Yes, but we as a big platform, as a big home, African Voice International, yes, we can trigger, we can push, we can give a reason for our government. We solicit, we push, and let them find the need to incorporate art and culture as part of a compulsory syllabus in the education system. Because once children is incorporated into the children at a very young age, they grow up loving it till their very last breath.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel we should all take it as an individual responsibility to push and let those that have the power to make that work.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes, yes. So if we learn it, it will really help.
And you said earlier that you have been involved in this ever since you were a child. So, can you tell us maybe a bit about in what way? What did you do as a child? As in the way of singing and dancing.
Okay, okay, okay. Um, that's very good. From childhood as early as 6 to 8 years, that is, I was in primary school at the time. We had at the time culture and arts sections in every term that we go out of our schools, meet different schools, we compete, and then we win trophy for our schools. And
Wow.
and I've always been the selected one because I do it and do it with all my mind and do it like there is no tomorrow.
Hmm.
Yes, because people love to see when you are in it with all yourself.
Yes.
So, and moving forward, I moving to senior high, I represented my school in a lot of dance and singing competition, which I also won multiples of awards. And within my school, um, Saturdays is always allocated for entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to entertainment, I don't joke with my culture. I dress in my outfits and then I go to sing and then dance to the beautiful melody. At the time, I didn't have music, so I was dancing and listening to people's music. Yeah. So I've actually won multiples of awards before I started music as a whole.
So
And
before you became popular, you were already you had been popular before that, so it was not
yes, yes,
anything
yes.
new for you.
The stage is actually, I always call the stage my home because despite the number of
Mm.
audience, I'm good to go because I have to do what I got to do.
It's obviously something you've been doing all your life, yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true.
Okay. So to go back to your song that we mentioned before, Unity is Strength.
Yeah.
I have a question that is, so you made this song for Ghana, but maybe we can actually, maybe we can look at it in the context of Africa. So,
Okay.
how do you think it is connected to the African continent? How would you connect it with this? Is it the same?
Um,
Mm-hmm.
okay, okay. Thank you so much for the question. Yes, connecting it to the African continent at large. Um, the song, the main content is unity. Unity is strength. And when we talk about unity in the community, we have a lot of factors that is actually a threat or that are threat to our ability to live in peace and harmony.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, even from the same country, we have people who feel they are more superior to other people and therefore treat them with so much dislike.
Mm-hmm.
And in the same way, when we look at it from the political side, the political view of it will tell us that even people who decide to belong to a particular political party, then tend to look down on others. And therefore, if you have a problem, it's your problem, it's never their concern, which is not supposed to be because political party, religion, tribe, they are
Mm-hmm.
all components of the country. And when we are looking at it from the African continent as the whole perspective, yes, Africa is the embodiment of all of us.
Mm-hmm.
So we should not allow politics, religion, or tribal differences to tear us apart because once we are torn apart, we fall. But
Yeah.
united we stand. And when we are united, our voice or our voices will be more louder than we are now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So, and flashing back, our forefathers, when were fighting for independence for us, they didn't even have better weapons and better technology like we have today.
Mm-hmm.
So, despite that, they were able to fight and win independence for us. So how much more myself, you, and everybody around the continent listening, if we should put our heads together, we can climb the mountain within just a second.
Yes, definitely. Now
Yeah.
what you said, it reminded me of a film about South Africa. I don't know if you know about this film. It's called Amandla, if I'm pronouncing it right. Which I had to Google in South African. In Zulu, it means power. Do you
Okay.
know? Do you know the film that I'm talking about?
I haven't watched it yet.
Uh-huh. Okay,
Yeah.
it's an old film, so maybe so it's a film which tells actually about the fight against apartheid. And what I liked about it is they actually represented it through music that they sang through all these stages of the struggle of the fight, you know. And I
Okay.
have to say, I mean, even though I watched it in my country, which is far away from Africa, it really stayed with me. And I think it's because music actually can communicate a lot more than sometimes than words, you know. It just the emotion, it affects you through, it goes directly to the heart. So and it stays with us. It has stayed with me, definitely.
I perfectly agree with you. I perfectly agree with you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Because
Okay. Mhm.
at a point in time, although I sing, I compose my songs, I do all that, but then at a point in time, you may break down emotionally,
Mhm.
and when you have challenges bothering you, the best painkiller for me ever is music. I just put on my sound system, and
Mhm.
play one or two songs, or I just, get into a very good environment. Then I start to sing.
Yes, me
Yeah.
too.
So it's really the best therapy, even for your each and every one of us.
Mhm.
Before we talk about the second part of it, which is the society in which we live, which is the continent in which we belong to.
Mhm. Yes,
Yes. So
definitely.
yes, and one thing I would want to add is that music, arts, and culture. You see,
Mhm.
research has it that um about a greater percentages of people identify their talent at the age of 50 and 60.
Wow, I didn't know.
Yeah. So I was also surprised, like, yes, but you see, people have things they can do and do very well to entertain others, yet they feel they don't have what it takes to go out there and stand before everybody on stage.
Wow.
Yes.
That's actually sad.
Oh, yeah, indeed, very
Sad.
sad.
Mm,
Yes,
very
and I
sad.
feel that with this platform, we should all take it as an individual responsibility. If you can sing, if you can dance, if you can do anything, draw paints, anything at all, you
Okay.
should not hide under the table.
Okay. So, are there any patients of yours who actually discovered their talent through, you know, singing and dancing with you as a part of therapy?
Okay, so there is actually just one more question that I would like to ask you, and that is what is your stand on the future of Africa? Do you see it as a bright future or not really? So from your perspective.
Okay, from my perspective, I see the future of Africa to be very bright. To say very bright, I think, is underestimating. I see the future to be very brightest. Yes. Um, Looking at energetic and youth that we have in the country that is willing to avail themselves, collate ideas across the country from one place to another. I mean, that is truly a good sign that the future is going to be very bright and very bright, because when the youth have is coming up with such great ideas like we have this big platform, African Voice International.
Yes.
Yes, all that we put into writing now would come to pass within the shortest possible time, provided we stay on it consistently and then work it out.
Okay, that sounds really, really good.
Yes, because literally they say the youth is the future for tomorrow. And we are the
Definitely.
youth, and we are all ready for a positive change.
Definitely. I
Yes.
agree with you. Yes. The youth
Yeah.
is the future. So, to summarize now what we have covered in this one-on-one dialogue that I have enjoyed immensely, I have to say. We talked about how important dance and music is as a form of therapy, and that it can help us as individuals, that it can actually help as a form of um, that it's important in education, right, to get children started from a very early age, and that's why it is important to
Yeah.
introduce it in schools. That it is important as a unifying factor, that it can actually help people unite and unite all the diverse peoples and tribes of the African continent. And I guess also that this is the factor that can help reach this
The network is
brilliant
actually.
future, right?
Uh,
Would you add anything again? So,
okay.
Thomas, would you like to add anything to the summary I just made, or
Uh,
anything
okay.
for the end?
Okay. So there's nothing to add. Literally, there's nothing to add.
Okay, okay. So I would like to thank you very much on behalf of African Voices International for your time, and thank you for sharing your thoughts and your wonderful, wonderful energy. You're truly amazing. And I would like to conclude this outstanding program by thanking the organization that made it possible, African Voices International, and its president, Isaac Kwabena Boidu, Freedom in Africa. Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you so much. And without much ado, I would also want to say a very big thank you to the, God Almighty for making this opportunity. I mean, surface itself today because it's been a great pleasure meeting and talking to you. And
Thank,
you are such an intellectual, and it's a great pleasure.
thank
Thank
you
you so
very
much.
much. It
And
was nice to meet you.
same here. And big ups to African Voice International and to my boss. I call him my boss, the president. Kobna Beidu, I call him my professor. So I thank him and that I love all of them so much that together we can stand. Unity is strength.
Definitely, definitely.
Yes.
Bye bye, Thomas.
Thanks so much. Bye bye.